Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Rouse Automotive. I literally just got back. This here Nissan Altima. I had to go get the vehicle. You probably see my car hauler there right beside, or right in front of the shop. So I had to go get this one, snatch this one up. Don't know anything about it other than it's deader than a doornail. Don't know battery is going to be bad. Don't know if the alternator quit charging the battery. Guess I'll get you more up in this area right in here. Anyway, customer broke down, so I figured we'll have a look at this and figure out what's wrong with it, and we'll bring you along. So that's a full service from the time that I got it in the shop. Got it in the shop, popped the hood, so you know what I know. I'm gonna go ahead and move the trailer out of the way. Might as well move that back out of the way and turn the camera back on. All right. Sorry about the interruption. Charged the battery. Got the battery analyzer hooked up. Want to do in vehicle, top post, regular cold cranking amps. Gotta figure out the cold cranking amps on this thing. $550 cold cranking amps. $550 cold cranking amps. The battery had a surface charge, probably. Yeah, it says, because I just got done charging it not too long ago. It says that it has a surface charge that was detected. So I turned the headlights on a little bit. The smart little fella, it says turn the headlights off. It's going to test it again. 1256 measured. We can do a starter test. So it's 306 cold cranking amps out of the 550. I can't talk. Sorry about that. And we can proceed to do the starter test, and we'll just hit enter on this tool here to do the starter test. I'm gonna try to do it out here or whatever, but anyway. See what it tells us to do. Braking was normal. Charging test, check the alternator output. Whenever the engine would load up, idle the engine, press enter to continue. We'll do that. Turn high beams and blower motor on, idle engine. Turn off the loads and the engine. I'll press enter to continue now. Load it. Let me get you over here. Get this on the screen for you here. So the fact that the customer died. So it said no load is 1433 volts, and then loaded it was at 1419. That's good. So simply put, there's really no life left in that battery. So this vehicle going to get another battery. I'm going to look this all up and see what we got to do to get a battery. And by the way, I'm not a sponsor by any stretch of the imagination. Looked that up. I think I got a video on this. As a battery analyzer BT705 is a Foxwell. Everybody seems to like them pretty good. They say they're pretty accurate. A lot of people haven't had a problem with it. I went ahead and tried me one of that. I got more of them over here. Sometimes I like the old, plain old load tester, but whatever. Be right back. So here's where a little bit of the disagreement starts. I'll back this up. I did locate a battery, and a lot of, well, not a lot of, the idea for this is to go ahead and save money. That's generally why we make these videos, you know, so teach people how to do things themselves and basically how to save money, you know, and that's what it's all about. So I think for the average person out there, you know, to pull out $190, $200 for a battery, that's quite a stretch. So I'm able to get that battery here at another place, and it's only $90 for the battery. Granted, I know that the batteries may not be the best thing, and I know a lot of people have something against it, but you know, at the end of the day, if the battery holds for a year and a half or two, $80-90 is a whole lot easier to swallow than over $200 at O'Reilly or someplace like that, you know, for the battery, and that's not even their good batteries. $80-90 is a lot easier to swallow, I think, and that's what I have suggested to the customer. You know, if he gets a couple of 2 or 3 years out of it, and if it lasts that long, that's great. Like I said, we can always put another battery in, you know, that it's a whole lot cheaper to do it this way than it is to shell out the additional cost for the other batteries. And if you go with the cheaper, for instance, AutoZone or O'Reilly batteries, and I'm just going to throw out there, or Advance Auto, whatever it is, when you go with the cheaper line of their batteries, the basic batteries, they ain't a lick better than they are at I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I didn't tell you. Where I'm going to get this battery is Rural King. You know, we have one here close. That's where I'm going to go to get that battery. That's what's going to go in this vehicle, and the vehicle will work perfectly fine with it. The frame, or the type of battery, the frame, it's a 35 is what it is on this Nissan, and it's always marked on the battery what frame it is. Of course, I have to have a core, so we've got to take this apart. So I quit talking, since some of you don't really like me talking all the time. So anyway, you know, I just wanted to say that, you know, I realize that a lot of people, or some people, may not agree with the fact that I go over there to get a battery, but whatever. You won't pay the additional money if you got that cash laying around. It's a free world. 10mm if it's stock. Put these here gloves on real quick. Yeah, like I said, it's 10mm if it is stock. Before I even do anything else. That's CRC battery terminal cleaner, not a sponsor. Stuff seemed to be working fairly well, and this one actually got acid indicator. You know, when I first read it, I thought, what's that? Well, I'll tell you what I had. I realized how good that was, because I had a battery where there was a tiny crack around the post on top, and it was actually leaking battery acid. That thing, that cleaner actually showed it. It worked pretty good. But anyway, that's just a standard old battery cleaner, and what it is. We'll clean that up a little bit before I put the new battery on it, obviously. It's just a wire brush is all that is. Man of the hour right there. We got the FedEx guy coming in the shop. Well, chit-chatted with the UPS, oh my God, he gonna kill me if I say that again. Chit-chatted with the FedEx guy a little bit, known him for a long time. 10mm, like I said, there's a bracket up here. Take the bolt, 3 nuts, and you get that off. Like I said, I use let me put my gloves back on so I don't get that crap all over my hand. Clean it up, of course. Clean that positive terminal. I think I got sidetracked there, but that's okay. And when we get back up here, we'll put some battery protector on it as well. So that's really, in a nutshell, what it takes to do a battery on these. Again, I'm gonna head out there, get a battery. I gotta make a run, so I told the customer that I'll actually go ahead and pick up the battery for him because of me having to go get some puppy food anyway, so it's not a waste of trip, and the customer don't have to pay me for it. So, I'll be back. Stuff about to get old. I've been gone forever and a day. Trying to get some puppy food that I couldn't find. I was, however, able to get a battery, as you can see. "60-month warranty battery." Oops, oops. You don't need to crunch it. Get the bright lights turned on in case you're wondering what I'm doing here. I'll leave them bright lights on for just a minute. Put my stuff up here right quick while that's draining the battery down a little bit. In case you guys wondering what I'm doing, right from the start, this being a new battery, we should be able to run these lights and all that good stuff. If the battery drains down right away and the vehicle won't start or crank really good and start up, that battery's got to come out, go back. I'm not going to mess with it. These batteries, they should hold the charge regardless. Whether they sit in the shelf, it's up there, climate controlled, you know. Obviously, it's not sitting outside where it freezes or anything like that, so these batteries should hold a charge. That means the battery is fairly new. So, should have no problem cranking that engine over whatsoever. So as you can see right there, no problem cranking that engine over. We did the battery test. I just wanted to bring you guys along. That's how I do it. That's what I go by. So we'll give it a little spritz of this stuff here. I said it before, I say it again. CRC, not a sponsor. It's just battery terminal protector is what it is. We'll spray that on, give it a good coating, and hopefully that will do something. Generally, I found that it does do something. It won't protect it over a very, very long period of time. I can already tell you that part, but it does do what it's supposed to do for a reasonable, I'm going to say reasonable amount of time. So anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody like, subscribe, leave me some comments in the comment box, and we'll see you on the next one.